Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, I should say. Oops. What are you doing? We are reading the next part of our story. It's Easter Monday. We should be out enjoying the sunshine and time with our families, but we are not. We're enjoying time with our families inside because we're locked down. Still. Where's Lila today?
Watching Baby Book?
No, Lila's asleep at the minute, but we have... Get you in here. There's Willow today. Willow's coming to help us tell our story, and she's got something to show us again, but this is something very special, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because
and
who does it belong to?
Pieces?
Yeah, don't lose pieces. Who does it belong to? Me.
But we have to share it. Because I like it.
Yeah, look at that. But this is especially for David Hunter. Look at that. Built this all myself. Oh yeah. Yeah. Wayne too. This is for Wayne. Got this for my birthday. And made it all by myself.
I made it this one day with me.
Yeah, you made it one day with me, and then...
Yeah, you did the rest.
And then you broke it on me, remember?
No.
Oh. Bit like that. What was it? So Willow, how many Easter eggs did you get?
Probably 5 or 15.
About 5 or 15. Probably
I
near.
don't know.
Probably near 15, I think, wasn't it? But anyway, this is the next part of our story, and we're looking... Oh, there's Willow's going to show you too. It's the story of Naaman. Yeah? There we go. This is called The Little Servant Girl and the Proud General. Naaman was a very important man in a very important army in a very important country. So you see, he was very, very, very important. But Naaman was sick. He had leprosy, which is a nasty thing that stops you from feeling anything. Bits of you fall off without you noticing, bashed fingers, squished toes. It might sound funny, but it really wasn't. And Naaman certainly wasn't laughing. There was no cure, and it never went away, and in the end it killed you. So Naaman needed help. Now there was a little slave girl who worked for Naaman, and she knew someone who could help him. But there was a problem. Naaman was her enemy. Not long before, Naaman had led an army raid on her home in Israel. He had killed her whole family, carried her off to Syria, and made her into his slave. And every night, she cried herself to sleep. She had lost everything. Why would she, of all people, want to help Naaman? Didn't she hate him and want to hurt him back? Didn't she want to make him pay for all the wrong things that he'd done? That's what you would expect. That's what I would do. But instead of hating him, she loved him. And instead of hurting him back, she forgave him. I want Naaman to get well, she said to her mistress. There's a man in Israel. His name's Elisha, and he can heal him. I'll go, said Naaman, loading up his wagons and putting on his flashy armour. But I'll go to the palace because that's where someone important like me goes to get healed. So he hurried off to Israel and went straight to the king. My healing, please, he announced. I can do lots of things, said the king, but only God can heal. And just then a message from Elisha arrived. Ding! Send Naaman here, it read. So Naaman hurried off to Elisha's house. But Elisha never even came out and greeted him. He just sent a servant instead. And Naaman thought, doesn't Elisha know who I am? But what the servant said next made him even crosser. Wash in there, he said. Just wash, said Naaman, and started to laugh. In that stinky, slimy river? He looked around to see if this was some kind of joke. It wasn't. Any person can wash in a river, he thought. But doesn't he know who I am? I'm Naaman. I'm important. I should do something important so that God will heal me. And he rode off in a rage. Now you and I both know that's not how God does things. All Naaman needed to do was, well, nothing. And it was the one thing that Naaman didn't have. God knew that Naaman was even sicker on the inside than he was on the outside. Naaman was proud. He thought he didn't need God. His heart didn't work properly. It couldn't feel anything. You see, Naaman had leprosy of his heart. And God was not only going to heal Naaman's skin, but he was going to heal Naaman's pride as well. And Naaman finally agreed to wash in the water. And when he did, his skin became smooth like a baby, like a 4 3/4-year-old. Naaman,
I remember that story.
you remember this story? Naaman wanted to pay Elisha. God healed you. You can't pay, said Elisha. It's free. And so it was that a very sick man was healed, all because of a little servant girl who forgave him. God knew sin was like leprosy. It stopped his children's hearts from working properly, and in the end it would kill them. Years later, God was going to send another servant to forgive as she did, to forgive all of God's children and heal the terrible sickness in their hearts. You see, their hearts were broken, but God can mend broken hearts. Isn't that right? Isn't that amazing? That's the story of how Naaman was healed. And so this is the next story that we're going to be reading tomorrow. There's a little sneak preview. It's a story, and it comes from the book of Isaiah. There we go. My goodness. Big head in the way there. There we go. So Willow, what are we doing today? Same thing we do every day, Pinky. Try and take over the world. There's a hole in your t-shirt. But anyway.
What? Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding, no. So anyway, that was our story.
Are you really sure?
Yes, that was our story for today. As people can probably tell, I'm not on my own here today because Willow has got her hair done. And that means Mummy's here. There she is, hid by Willow's big head. So we're having fun today. Hello to my Aunt Vi. She's watching. Madge wants to know why you've got a sad face. That's what 3 weeks of being in the house with me does, I think. And Nicola's watching, and Lindsay's watching, and all the rest. So there we go. There's a lovely picture of Willow's. Show them what you can do with your tongue, I guess. And what about your eyes, I guess?
No, don't you do it.
What? What? What?
Show how you can. Show how you can
What?
do your eyes.
You cross your
Show how
eyes.
you do your eyes.
I guess.
Cross. No, you can wink. Show how you wink.
Oh yeah, we learn how to wink. Isn't that right, Willow?
That means kidding.
Yeah. So Willow's going to tell our story tomorrow. So as per usual, this has descended into farce. So we'll be back tomorrow and we'll be looking at the story of Isaiah. So, peace.